Hey YouTube! So we're on, still on Guitar Porn Week. This is my Ibanez PGM series. So this is the PGM30 FO2 made in Japan. So FO2 for, I don't know, does F stand for Fujigen? I think it might. O2 for 2002. So basically it's very similar to the one I did earlier this morning, which is probably days ago, since I'm going to stagger these videos. My RG470. It's basically exactly the same guitar. It's got the same bridge, apart from, as I said before, this one's got like a screw-in collar on it, which the other one doesn't have, because this is a low TRS. Low TRS Trem 2, which as far as I can tell is exactly the same. It's the one that says Takeuchi on it. So this one, okay, it's a Paul Gilbert model, so it's got painted on F-holes. As you can see, the pickup selector switch and the volume control are both within the F-hole, so the volume control's here rather than being here, and the switch is in a different place. So you can't, unfortunately, turn your RG into a Paul Gilbert one just by buying stickers. I obviously thought of doing that myself at one point. Like, yeah, you just buy normal RG, paint F-holes on it, and then you've got a Paul Gilbert one. Not quite, but nearly. The pickups that originally came in this, so this is the PGM30, not the PGM300. The 300 is the full-blown one. It's still in the catalogue as a prestige model. The difference between this and the PGM300 is the 300's got a more expensive trem. This is still a Japanese Floyd Rose. It's still a brilliant trem, but not, you get more fancier bit ones. The pickups in it are the Infinity ones, which these have been long gone. This one has pickup rings, whereas the PGM300 does not have pickup rings, and also the PGM300 has a maple neck. This is a rosewood neck. Apart from that, it's exactly the same guitar. So currently this has DiMarzio Gold Evo pickups in it and a DiMarzio single coil in the middle. These are Steve Vai pickups, which I actually got with this guitar, but they weren't actually in it. I paid extra money for them. Like I made my offer on the guitar, and the guy was like, "Oh, no, I can't give you that, but I can do the guitar for that, but I can't give you that for the pickups." He wanted an extra 50 quid for the pickups. You're like, okay. Like, any one of these is worth more than 50 quid. So, and I had to put them in just to see what they were like. But when I put the original pickups, well, the pickups that were in it out, I had an Ibanez V7, so that was an upgrade. I had a DiMarzio stacked pickup in the middle, and I had a DiMarzio tone zone in it already, so I didn't really need extra pickups. The ones that were in it were already fantastic. I'm not sure whether they were better than these ones. These are kind of strange sounding pickups. They're very clear, very articulate, but they show up mistakes, which is nice, because I've got the other RG as well, which has, okay, it's got an Invader in it and stuff like that, but they're more normally pickups. These are more Steve Vai pickups, which are fine. I'm happy with that. Does it, okay, and it's got a reverse headstock. It's the difference between this and the 470. And it's got the wizard neck, but it's 2mm thicker for this year only. They kind of, this model's a bit strange. They started off making it in Korea for like a couple of years, and then there's like a 2 years as Japan, and it's gone or something like that. So I don't really know what they were thinking at the time. I decided I wanted an Ibanez RG, and I was looking up a Japanese Ibanez RG for the Formula One ultimate expression of craftsmanship and shreddy. I had to have one, and this one wasn't really that much more expensive than the more normal ones. And I was like, "Here, it's a Paul Gilbert one." I'm not one for signature guitars, but I always liked this. And the first Paul Gilbert I ever knew was Spaceship One. That video, if you ever seen it, he's playing a guitar that looks like this. Okay, it doesn't have pickup rings, and it's got a maple neck, but it's basically, when you're talking about, what's the differences between it? It's still the same body. It's like, okay, it's got a slightly different Floyd, but it's still a good one, and it's now got DiMarzio pickups in it anyway, which is the original. Everything else is the same. Like, what? How are you going to put better tuners on than the Ibanez Smooth Tunes? Are they even called Smooth Tunes? Just go to us. It's like, those are the perfect tuners. It's like, you can't really upgrade them, really. Why would you want to upgrade them? They're perfect. And there's a few bits like that. Same with like the basswood body and stuff like that. It's also got, as I said, it's got the A&J all access neck join, which I'm not sure makes any difference to how easy it is to play high up the neck, but it's a less desirable feature. People like the square one because there's more wood contact. I don't know if that makes any difference. I mean, they said it's the Wizard 2 neck, but it's a PGM neck actually. So it's not a Wizard 2, but it's basically just 2mm sticker, and it's not 2mm wider. It's just slightly less thin. I'm not sure if that was if the normal 470 with the Wizard 2 neck had been my main guitar, and you gave me a shot of this, I would be able to tell you it was any different. That is not, it's a totally not noticeable. You get someone who plays RGs all the time, and they're playing this, you give them 5 minutes to playing, oh yeah, and then you go up here, the neck's a bit thicker, they go, maybe I. It's not like a pure, it is, it's like pure, kinda. It's also a bit weird. It's always a bit weird looking at the reverse headstock, because it kind of looks weird when you're looking at it from here. Making any difference to how it sounds, I don't know. There's a thought for something to do with string tension being a bit different or something like that, but I think Paul Gilbert's just going like, up here, what guitar do you want? He's going like, up here, well, the Steve Vai Gem's just an amazing guitar, could I have that? But you paint F-holes on it, and then move the controls. That's it. I mean, Paul gave up on the Floyd Rose as well. The one he actually plays in Spaceship One, it's filled in. I think he decided he didn't like trems anymore, so he filled it in with a piece of wood, put hardtail on it, which is fine. To be honest, I'd probably rather one of my two was a hardtail, but when I'm fully calling this an RG, even though it's not an RG, it's a PGM. It's not an RG, but I mean it's exactly the same as the 470. Like I said, what's different? It's got a reverse headstock, and the knobs are in a different place. That's it. It's the same guitar. Now, you can argue the pickups are different. Well, they might not even be different. I'm not sure what came in that or what came in this. But I think this one was a bit cheaper because it had the Infinity pickups. The thing is, if you're going to buy one of these, everyone always changes the pickups in Ibanez. It's one of those things. I saw a thing on the other day talking about this on one of the Ibanez pages, and it's like, yeah, Ibanez just made for pickup upgrades, and it's like, you don't need to upgrade the pickups in Ibanez. It's just like, everyone always does, but I don't know. It's like, I've got an Ibanez RG. Oh, you're going to put DiMarzios in it? Yeah, of course I am. So to Ibanez, I've got to put DiMarzios in it. And it's like, well, how different are they from, the ones, the standard stock Ibanez pickups are always, as far as I've gone, maybe a 20, something like that, more than that, Ibanez have played. They've always had good pickups, whether they're stock or not. I think it's just one of those things that, unlike other guitars where you've got your Epiphone, well, not slagging off Epiphone here, you get your Epiphone Les Paul, and you put Gibson pickups on it because it's like, or do you put Gibson pickups in it to make it the same as the Gibson? And it's like, well, no, what you've got is an Epiphone with Gibson pickups in it. Whereas you get this, it's already Japanese. You put the DiMarzios in it. It's the same as Paul Gilbert's guitar. It's like, it's not like, oh, but it doesn't have the same. Everything else is the same. It's like, it is. So I think that's the reason people upgrade Ibanez, is because you can upgrade it and it becomes just the whole good. Everything else, like, things like I said, like those tuners are perfect. They've obviously looked into it and realised that basically, okay, it's going to cost an extra tenner to produce this guitar with the best tuners on it. Let's just leave them on it rather than putting on ones, that cost a tenner less or a $5 less or whatever it is. Knock $20 off the price of the guitar to get tuners that aren't perfect. Just put the extra couple, just to put the good ones on it. And it's the same with all the bits in this. There's not really anything else you can improve or unimprove. So this is a HSH. So you get humbucker, automatic coil split, position 2, middle pickup is just a single coil, like a true single coil, and then position 4 is this split. I do like, arguing over whether the HSH is better than the HHH. I would probably, well, the fact there's 5 sounds, the one I would use least is middle pickup on its own. Whereas on the 3 humbucker one, the sound I use least is it's probably not the humbucker in the middle, because I tend to use that because it's the only guitar I've got with a humbucker in the middle. Not because it sounds better, just because it's the only guitar I've got that. Whereas this, when you go up here, oh, play the middle pickup. Every Strat I've got does that. Every Strat does the middle pickup in its own. It's not really that much difference, really. You know what I mean? I do find it quite interesting that Steve Vai wanted a proper single coil rather than the stacked, you know, hum cancelling one or something like that, or you know, a noiseless one. Because I don't know. I think it's because it is the proper one for the set, even though it's not a Steve Vai Evo blah 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 blah. I think it's just Steve's like, up here, not just use that pickup there. You've got that DiMarzio, I like that one. Just leave that middle pickup the way it is. I'll work on these. And they do sound different. So I mean, I do have two RGs, but they do sound very different because these pickups are weird, different. But why have lots of guitars if they're not going to sound different? Look, you've got to sound good. I mean, you do sometimes get a guitar you don't like the sound of, but just different. Not better or worse. Probably better, arguably. I don't know. The thing that there's Steve Vai pickups, so Steve Vai is obviously playing an awful lot of very fancy stuff, and he wants you to be able to hear. If you've got too much mush, you can't hear all the notes because he's playing them too fast. So you need something that really it's really prominent notes, which is what these pickups do. So I mean, basically not a beginner set of pickups. That's what we'd recommend them for, is not a beginner. Is you know, it's like coming into what's the best pickups. I mean, compare this to that Yamaha sitting there, which is basically, I suppose, the same sort of thing. Is it HSH? HSH. There's not an awful lot of difference between, you know, structurally between this and that. Okay, it's not quite as sharp around the edges, but it's a very similar. It's more of a Strat, but the pickups in that are more forgiving. But they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't be able to do that with the same clarity as these. But if you're battering out a few, you know, chords, and you're not quite hitting the string right, or you're maybe hitting one of the strings slightly louder than the other one, the sort of cheaper, more rounded pickups will give you a little bit of leeway in there, where it's like, okay, I'm aware that you hit the A string at only 80% of the volume you hit the D string, but that's fine. We'll just kind of we'll level it out and give you a decent sound. Whereas this one is like pure, oh, you hit the A string 80% of the volume of the D string, that means we'll make it 20% quieter. So it's like you need to be more accurate, and it tends to show up things like not being super accurate with how hard you're hitting the strings, and maybe a wee bit of a buzz. You know, it's like with pickups like this, it's like you're playing away and you've got a wee bit of a buzz on with the distortion stuff. It's like you slight duff note, yeah. Whereas this one, it's like pure da 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 da. It seems to make any mistakes you make louder than everything else and make them stick out. Same as the probably actually very similar pickups to what's in the Washburn Falcon and stuff like that. The DiMarzio, the Ibanez Super 70s, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is from my pal Taylor as well. It's like, yeah, get an Ibanez RG. They're fantastic. I'm still calling this an RG even though it's a PGM, and it's also a Prestige even though it doesn't say Prestige on it. In the catalogue it does say Prestige, and in the catalogue it's got that different neck for the 1 year that they made it. It doesn't help when you get the picture, you know, been a wee bit shit with Ibanez. It's like the picture in the 2003, did I say, catalogue. It's got a picture of Paul Gilbert playing the other guitar with this in front of him, and it's like, kid you not, I've got a picture of Paul Gilbert playing this guitar. Only because the one he's playing in the picture is the one with the maple neck and no pickup rings. That's the only thing you would notice looking at it. Yeah, so if you can get one of these, I don't think they're very. I don't think they're common. I'd never seen this particular model before. It's a kind of weird one. So it's basically like this is kind of the same as that RG470. What are they doing producing guitars in Japan that are budget? And it's like, well, it's a really good guitar. And it's, I mean, again, as I put this up against any Ibanez you get now, put it up against the Japanese Ibanez, like that, the Genesis, or up a Japanese one, it's exactly the same. Put it up against anyone that's not Japanese, this is better. And it's like one of those things, it's like, what is it? And it's like, everything is just 5% better. everything, the frets, the necks, the woods, everything, the way it's put together is just that much better than a not Japanese guitar. Hence why I'm so mad into Japanese guitars. You can pick them up. I mean, it's like, again, we're looking at this going up here. Oh, that's a, this is a, take this into a guitar shop. This is a, people would accept that this is a guitar worthy of fighting with just about anything. You know what I mean? If not better, you're not going to get somebody, even the most dyed-in-the-wool, Fender vintage fan, PRS fan or something like that. You're going to go, what do you think of this? They're going to go, oh, it's not my thing, but I bet you it's amazing. But it's just not my thing, I don't like it, which is fine. I totally get that. Don't like it, but you're not, and you're talking about putting it up against guitars that cost thousands of pounds, and like I've said before, I got this for, second-hand Epiphone money. And it's like, second-hand, nobody's going to take an Epiphone Les Paul and go, oh, it's just as good. Whereas this is just as good. Amazing. I seem to be slagging off Epiphone and Squire a bit more than normal today. I do like them. They're great. I mean, the modern guitars you get are fantastic. It's just when you go back in time to 20 years or 30 years, these guitars were expensive. But the cheapest ones you could get, I mean, I have, they're not all Ibanez are amazing. I've had a Silver Cadet, it was called. They tried other ones, like cheaper ranges, like blah 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 by Ibanez, kind of like an Epiphone by Gibson type thing, and they, whereas now even the cheapest Ibanez Geo is a great guitar. It's like it's something that kids now, apart from the fact now there's with the ability to use eBay and Facebook, and just the fact that there is 20 or 30 years more of guitars in existence, you've got so much more choice, and you can buy them from anywhere, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about buying new, whereas back, if you go back to the 90s or whatever like that, you didn't have anything like the amount of second-hand guitars kicking about, and you didn't have anything like the ones that you got at the lower end, like your £100 guitar or your £120 starter guitar, are not as good as what we get now as a £120 starter guitar. There's a few that have been low the bar. The Epiphone SL, is it the SL? It looks really cool. You get it in banana yellow. It's like it sort of looks like a Les Paul. It's got 2 single coil pick. It was fucking awful. What a cheap piece of shit that guitar was. But the Les Paul Special 2, is that what it's called? Which is, I think it's maybe about 30 quid more. It's a good wee guitar. It's good. And it's like, just that when something becomes expensive, it's like it's not expensive. It becomes really expensive. Oh, it's only half the price. It's like, that's why Harley Benton are really expensive. You're paying £120 for a guitar that's shit. Whereas, like, if you buy a second-hand, if you buy the Squire one, the Squire Bullet or whatever it's called, for £120, you're getting a guitar that doesn't look as cool, but it's good. It's cheaper. Even if it costs £50 more, it's cheaper because you're getting a really good guitar. You're not getting a shite one that looks good in a photo, and you can show off to your other Harley Benton pals or people who don't play the guitar. Whereas anyone who's played this, you only have to have a shot of one of these once to remember it forever. And the difference, I do rate the Geos, and some of my favourite guitars are the. What's the one? I've not found one yet. I've not been looking for one. Oh God, I'm going to end up looking for one, haven't I? The one I had in, my pal T-Gun has one. It's like a sparkly pink. Is it? It's his green. I can't remember. It's either green or pink sparkly, and it's basic 2 humbuckers, hard tail, RG, and there was a point where they were like 250 quid, and it's a fucking amazing guitar. It's 95% what this is. The pickups in it are just the stock ones, and they're amazing. It's got the 5-way blippable switch. It's an amazing guitar. It's a total pro level. Would play that all the time, and it's amazing that you can go and pick up a guitar like that for 250, 300 quid, whatever. I can't remember exactly how much they were. And then, but at that price, you're still looking at something like a Harley Benton, which has stainless steel frets, baked maple, Wilkinson parts, blah 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 blah, and it's a tenth of the guitar of that Ibanez. But the Ibanez, it's a shredder. It looks like this. I don't know how they work these things in. Anyway, 20 minutes. Why are these so long? I'm not even playing the guitar in them. Rock on. Oh well, at least it's an amusing week anyway. I don't know whether I've done so many of these videos. These will probably just be getting spotted out. I'll just put them out whenever I don't have time to do a video or something goes wrong, like a rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta video this morning, which I really enjoyed doing. I had like the thing me in the video up playing, and I was talking about it. Oh, this bit's amazing because it's fucking brilliant. I had plenty to say, and then I got blocked. Never actually had a copyright block before on YouTube. I have had, you've borrowed this song, so you've got to share the royalties, or you're not allowed to monetize it, or all these things, or someone else is going to put adverts on it that you don't get money for. I mean, all that shit's fine. I kind of thought that might happen. I've never just been, no, you can't watch this video. It's basically like, all right, okay. There is an option to blank in a couple of bits where I was like, there must be a certain amount of time you're allowed to play a song for. Like, I'm just playing the video straight up audio, so maybe I have heard people do it before. If you leave it on for more than 20 seconds or something like that, then it triggers something, but you can play it for 10 seconds. Not really sure. I can't remember doing the video again because all my enthusiasm will have gone. But I mean, maybe I'll put it into the maybe if I took out the bits where the copyright infringement was and then just overdubbed it or just edited it, I don't know. I don't think I'll bother doing that. Rock on.